Yeah, 100%. Like, I genuinely believe that the simplest way to answer this is you need to have a plan. So the majority of affiliates that join where it becomes a little bit difficult for us as a marketing team is they don't have a vision.
Team Sham, FX Cartel.
So what exactly attracts the algorithm? I think, so the era we're hitting now is an era of individuals, you know? Like if you're authentic as an individual.
We make Forex easy for you. FX Cartel is the leading provider of information and resource for Forex traders.
Just to add on that, we've also found that amongst the current traders, especially if we use the affiliates, is this whole mentality of I'm young and I'm going to make money, I'm going to work hard for myself so that when I'm older, I can kind of set myself in stone and relax.
Yeah. We offers tools and advice to help traders take more informed decisions when entering the market through an objective view of the market.
And this is to what you mentioned on looking at one chart, right? And I would assume a lot of students fall off the wagon because it's difficult to look at one chart. There's I'm sure there's grade levels of difficulty because it's one chart. So in a day, you're at most gonna get 1, 2, 3 setups, right? If not any in that week, right? So how do you manage that, or what advice would you give people that wanna go that?
Our mission is to be the industry leader provider of information and resources for Forex traders, providing an objective view of the markets.
Welcome back to the FX Cartel podcast. As usual, I'm joined by Sham, and we've also got two special guests, Adam and Phaane from HFM.
Yep.
Guys, we are wearing the same clothes. This is the second episode that we're shooting at HFM's office, so yeah, don't ask anything rough in the comments. But yeah, Adam, you want to start, and then we move on to Phaane. You want to tell us a little bit about how you joined HFM and what your role is within HFM, and then we can hand it over to Phaane.
100%. So basically, I started, my journey was actually in retail. Okay. From retail, I realized that I was selling products for gentlemen, and they were making a lot of money off of these products. But at the end of the day, I realized that the only way we were getting these products onto the market was from marketing.
Right.
So I found this passion within the strategy behind marketing and how we were getting these small, no-name things into a bigger, more broad range of audience.
Yeah.
And from that, I did some studies and I got involved with a recruitment agency.
Okay.
So that recruitment agency kind of employed me to get the Gen Z audience on board and kind of make it more available to the public. Right.
Yeah.
And from that, basically, I just found the love for it and the strategy and everything from that. And I came across the listing for HFM.
Okay.
And I thought to myself, this is absolutely amazing. It's a financial industry that's so it's hidden behind mystery, and there's so many different strategies. And I saw it as an opportunity to grow myself as a young man in the industry.
Yeah.
And I applied and I got the position, and I'm here 2 years later.
Congrats.
Yeah, thank you. I'm the digital marketing executive at HFM. So everything to do with social media, content planning, strategy, analytics, and all of that. That's basically me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Supreme stuff. What's happening, guys? So I'm Phaane. I guess most people say Phaane, but it's
Especially HQ. Especially
HQ. So yeah. So for me, everything is full circle because when I hopped in, I started with that COVID gang of blowing accounts through news and stuff.
Right.
That's the wave that I came in, and the fact that now I'm working for the broker itself. That's another thing.
Right.
So I am a self-taught designer with a background in computer science and mathematical statistics.
Okay.
So I was doing a lot of design gigs on the side, first year varsity, and with time, as I was partnering with other startups, guys doing e-hailing service and all that type of stuff, then I sort of got interested in, my one thing was who exactly is designing for brokers? That was it. Because a lot of it is overseas brokers coming through here and stuff.
Yes.
So I was like, I want to be part of those people that are local but have like a global reach, which with HFM I was able to do that.
Right.
So like Adam says, you just apply. But for me, it was, I think, just aligning myself like brand wise, so that when I do apply, I sort of have like a proper catalog of works I've done.
Yeah.
Yeah, but blowing accounts helps, guys.
So you started off as a trader, and then, well, I mean, obviously you mentioned that you've got quite a few belts behind your name. So you started off as a trader, and you were doing marketing on the side, or you're trading on the side and doing marketing as a full-time thing. And then because you were trading, you thought that, hey, like there's an opportunity within the brokerage space.
Yeah, but I think all of that it came when I realized that like there's a lot of moving pieces to like profitability and all that stuff.
Right.
So I was just a student at varsity at the
Right.
time. And then through just hearing about, because there was like a huge marketing wave with like local guys like pushing FX crazy, right? And through that, I was like, oh, interested, and was like, let me actually, like build on this.
Yeah.
And then I got in the game, but at that time, like your NASDAQs were crazy, your news was crazy at the
Yeah.
time. That's when like, the NZD interest rates was wild and stuff. So I missed those days. But
Right.
but that wave, with my skill set of knowing how to design for clothing and all that stuff,
Yeah.
that made me understand that there must also be like another division where you solely did like market and design for like a firm like this,
Right. Yeah.
And that got me in with just the intrigue, like, okay,
Yeah.
I can do this, you know. So
Yeah. So I've got a little bit of marketing experience as well.
I was about to say, you guys are coming up on me.
Yeah, so I also worked for an agency.
Okay.
And yeah, so I kind of understand what you guys are speaking about. So we always, like as marketers, we've always got our own niche. How did you guys find the adjustment to the niche you were guys in before and the niche you guys are in now?
Yeah.
How was that adjustment, and how did you? Yeah.
So, brilliant question, actually. Brilliant question. So the company I was with previously, obviously, I stated Gen Z. So when I came into this industry, I was honestly very confused at first. I thought I was going to be marketing towards an older generation of traders.
Yeah.
Genuinely. So it was actually a really seamless process of getting used to kind of the market we were advertising to, because I realized in South Africa, the amount of traders that are in the youth bracket is huge. It's massive. Like the majority of our current traders that are registered with us are 18 to 30.
Right.
So it's a younger audience, and that niche was kind of seamless. It kind of like made its way through.
Yeah.
no, I think what Adam is saying is true. I think there is a very huge demographic of young people that are so in the game already that just the merge itself just makes a lot of sense. Plus, everyone like is sort of like in that mind frame of just making sure that they have additional income. There's always money moving. So, and that was sort of not really indoctrinated. It's just the way in which whatever was happening, like social media wise, with passive investors and all that stuff.
Yeah.
That wave just allowed young people to just be comfortable in saying, hey, I want to jump into trading. And I myself just found myself also saying, hey, I also want to do exactly that.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
And it's quite seamless, actually.
Yeah.
So,
but just to add on that, like we've also found that amongst the current traders, especially like if we use the affiliates, is this whole mentality of I'm young and I'm going to make money. I'm going to work hard for myself so that when I'm older, I can kind of set myself in stone and relax, right?
Yeah.
That mentality is big in South Africa.
Yeah.
So kind of just shifting to the younger audience, it was really simple. Really, really simple, because everybody in South Africa, I feel, is in a sense kind of money hungry.
Yes.
And I genuinely do believe that this industry can set you in a good position one day. So it's great.
Yeah.
So while we're on the topic of affiliates, I think let's just explain that not only do you do the marketing for HFM,
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah.
you also assist guys like me, the affiliates,
Yeah.
right? And what do you offer them, in terms of marketing?
Yeah. So do you want to go for it?
So, to jump on what we really offer, like affiliates and stuff. So, to some degree, initially, when we first jumped in. Like it was just like borderline, like streamlined things like maybe social media posters, banners, and stuff like that. But then that's not enough, especially in this game where anyone can sort of do that. So where Adam and I come in is we go on an extra mile in getting to understand your brand as an individual. Like, who are you? What's your brand? And I think later on we'll drop game on everyone and be like, what's like the proper way to do things and stuff. So that's kind of really it. It's just we go an extra mile in just helping you build your brand. Obviously, you can't do that for every individual. I mean, time, guys, right?
Yeah.
But it's easier to work with guys that believe in themselves already.
Right.
It's way easier to work. Like, obviously, with you, I mean, you believe in yourself, you push quite a lot, so it makes sense.
It makes the task easier.
easier
It
like
really
that.
does. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you had to look, we can't do it for everyone, but I'm sure we could give them some sort of guidelines.
Yeah.
What should a new affiliate joining HFM, what should they have in place, or how could they improve their marketing that will benefit them going forward in the industry?
Yeah, 100%. Like, I genuinely believe that the simplest way to answer this is you need to have a plan. So the majority of affiliates that join where it becomes a little bit difficult for us as a marketing team is they don't have a vision. They don't really know where they want to go with this in a few years. They look at it short term. So normally when you have that mentality, especially in the marketing space, is you limit yourself drastically. So I've found that the newer affiliates who kind of haven't thought about a plan and written it down, come up with a content strategy that lasts. Let's say I give them two years max,
2 years.
right?
2 years is
And then
even
it
a
flops.
stretch.
Yeah, honestly. But look, the best advice I can give you is you need to sit down, write down the goals for what you want to do. You need to think of this as a business. At the end of the day, that's what it is. If you're going to do affiliation, you need to be business orientated. Second is you need to kind of find a niche. I find a lot of affiliates in this marketing space they find themselves in a situation where they're saying exactly what the other guy's saying. Now, if you're doing that, why am I going to choose you? Why am I going to sign up with the broker that you're recommending me? You don't have something that's unique to me as a trader. So one way I've found that this works is we've got a few affiliates that work with us where either they like to do lifestyle content, their followers like to look at their lifestyle and they say, "Sharp, this is great, I'm joining." Or they look at it as more of a creative, fun aspect where they do fun interactions, they do live streams. There's so many different ways. So it's about having a solid content strategy. It's about writing down the goals that you see yourself having in 2 years plus more. Look, at the end of the day, you need a plan. You really, really do need a plan. Start looking at trends. One of the best pieces of advice that I give the affiliates that want to join us, especially the newer guys, is everything on the internet's free. Everything's free. Knowledge should always be free. So Google Analytics is a powerful tool. Google Trends is an even more powerful tool. With Google Trends, I can search in a topic. I can search in finance. It's going to give me the top trending things, and I can build content based off of that. That's the easiest way to get into it.
That's quite true, actually. That's quite true. Just to add on just quickly that what he's saying is actually true, because even at, let's say, our seminars, right, we have a lot of young guys coming, talking 18 upwards, right? And a lot of them, I think, fall in love with maybe the sort of incentives that come with becoming an affiliate, and so I think they fall in love with that and forget that there's a lot of work that gets put in. So realistically, before you can start achieving that,
exactly.
Right? So the best thing if I can just drop game would be like, if you treat yourself as a business from day one and understand that from the moment I'm up till maybe the time I go to sleep, I have to do this and this and this and that. Now, content alone is not enough from what I've picked up, because anyone can do that. I think treat it as a 50-50 thing. Content 50%, the other 50% I'm on the ground. You know? And try and reduce your entry level in putting yourself out there. Don't think that having to have the best phone in order to start making videos is the way to start. Nah, like with what you have, your audience will fall in love with that. And I think a lot of what these people, like these young cats coming in, they gotta pick up is, like, with what you have, you can make the most out of it. You know, your audience will like you. You know, like I would like 11-ish, like PM at night. You know, I can be watching like a video that's like 480 pixels, like low quality, and I would laugh my ass off.
Right.
So that quality itself doesn't it makes the video look better or whatever, right?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I'm gonna fall in love with your messaging, your storyline. Who are you?
We're all attracted to different
We're all attracted
personalities.
to the personalities,
Exactly.
you know.
Exactly.
Once you're likable, bro, I can
Yeah.
give you my money.
Yeah.
Of course.
So yeah.
You know, I just want to add that as you guys are speaking, like, it's actually giving me ideas. Like, my marketing brain is now starting to unlock a little bit. Because, I obviously, you know, took a break from the marketing thing, but now my brain is actually working and, you know, thinking about, you know, ideas for us as what we can do within FX Cartel.
Okay.
So yeah, no, that's great. I wanna touch on, you know, Phaane, you mentioned that you were a trader. Well, still are. Do you want to maybe talk about that? What type of markets you trade, or what markets you trade? Sorry. And how's that going for you?
I'm pretty low key with that, to be honest.
Yeah.
But there was a time where, like, I took like a massive break from it. You know, I mean, you lose a couple of accounts, you're gonna rest, my guy.
Yes.
You're gonna take some time off, right?
Very true.
So, I think just I had to like learn my own like the way I think. I'm more long-term thinking.
Yeah.
So, you know, sometimes I have the temptation to, when I trade the 5-minute chart, I can't.
Yeah.
Because if it reverses on me, I'm gonna enter like, you get my point. Then I don't have control over short-term movements and stuff. But anything long-term, we're looking H4, H1, maybe like the daily time frame. That will be for like my market breakdown from there and stuff.
Right.
But I'm purely price action, and I look at like 6 currency pairs, to be honest with you. I don't touch no indices, no metals, nothing.
Okay.
I just can't with them. They're tempting. You
Right.
know?
Yeah. Right, quick move.
I can't,
But they also humble you. Yeah, exactly. They humble you. Yeah.
They're tempting. So I personally can't, and I had to come to terms with that.
Yeah.
And that's game that you only learn like with time. You know, is that what are you comfortable with? Can you make the most out of, you know,
Right.
with that? And then once you like fall in love with that format, you know, but I'd watch you videos where they like journal and stuff. I'm still trying to figure out how can I implement that. When it's hot now, the trade is hot now.
Yeah.
There's no time to write, you know?
Yeah.
So I can relate with you. I'm very much a scalp trader, but in my busy life now, I tend to have better successes on my higher time frames. 1 hour, H1, H4. I know it's intraday or, you know, a swing. Maybe I can enter my buy limits or my sell limits and have my stuff set out and I'm chill.
Yeah.
I'm chill.
No, 100%. Like
It's a
when,
bit too much of chaos for me.
yeah. When I joined the company, I'd never traded in my life.
Yeah.
I had no experience, man. So I thought it would be a great idea to open up an account, kind of get familiar with it, and I started trading gold. What a humbling experience. Oh my days. Oh my days.
Yeah.
So like I just kept trying and eventually led to join the company.
Yeah.
And I was watching his live streams on our Instagram and I was like, oh my word, like these are solid.
Yeah.
And I started like speaking to him and trying to get like a few ideas off of him. And I swear, like it was last week. No, it was 2 weeks ago. I deposited 2.5 into my trading account. I was like, shop, I'm going to do 500 Rand a day and then call it, right?
Yeah.
So then I start scalping with like
plan.
0. Dude,
Dude,
zero. But I didn't
Trading
listen.
plan.
I didn't listen to my trading plan, and I was like hitting it with scalps with 0.3s.
Yeah.
And I got the account up to 10 grand, and then Karma got me 3 days later, and then here we are.
And guys, I sit
Zero.
with him every day. So
Yeah. He witnesses the stress.
You know, when he holds his head like this, then you know, like, oh, this guy.
Literally, bro, literally.
yeah, and that's not the time now.
Time frame is something that I never used to want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just wanted to do 5 minutes and 1 minute. But now, I think as of the last 2 weeks,
Yeah.
I'm very much enjoying H1 and H4.
Yeah. No, very, very
Yeah.
good. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think also for myself, like I'm still on the lower time frames, but I'll stick on like the 15 minute. Actually, you got me stuck on the 15 minute. And that's the lowest I'll go. I won't go onto the 5 or the 1. I think it's too busy, as Phaane mentioned. Like, yeah, there's certain things that you like. Yo, my eyes are like.
What do you trade?
Yeah.
Gold.
And
Well,
then,
Nice.
what do you trade?
so like yeah, we have a thing in FX Cartel where we even tell our students like stick to one chart,
Okay.
right? Because you become familiar with that chart.
Correct.
And you build a relationship with that chart.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm a gold trader, and because I got mentored in gold.
Okay.
Right. By the way, this is my mentor. He's my mentor. So I got mentored in gold, but I'm also a US30 trader.
Okay.
Which I like because I like the distribution of or the distribution phase rather of US30.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah. Solid. Yeah.
So
I know I can't touch those, man. I respect you guys, man. There's a level to
Yeah.
it. Man. I respect you guys.
So, you know, when I started trading USD JPY, and that was the only market that I knew, right? Because at that time, I mean, yeah, the guys know that, you know, I got scammed and, you know, into mentorship. But at the end of the day, you want to follow what the person is teaching you,
Yeah.
right? So if the person, as an example with me, you know, Sham taught me, and he taught me gold. So I'm going to stick to gold. Type
course,
thing.
yeah.
So at the time, my mentor, he taught me on USD JPY. So I stuck on USD JPY. But I always felt that, like, I don't know, like even when I traded it back then, I just felt, and no offense, and I'm sure there's a lot of people that trade Forex.
Yeah.
But,
Currencies.
or currencies.
Currencies,
But, yeah, I feel like the movement is not sufficient for me, man.
No, for sure.
I feel like the movement is not sufficient enough.
Yeah.
And
That's
my
where
point.
gold is.
The money that I put onto currencies,
Yeah.
I put that into commodities or
Yeah.
indices
Yeah.
versus what's my returns here.
Yeah, this makes...
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
But wait, I have a question though, and this is to what you mentioned on like looking at like one chart, right? And I would assume a lot of students fall off the wagon because it's difficult to look at one chart. There's like, I'm sure there's like grade levels of difficulty because it's one chart. So in a day, you're at most gonna get 1, 2, 3 setups, right?
Right.
If not any in that week, right? So like how do you manage that, or like what advice would you give people that like wanna
I guess
go
it's
that
not
route?
only about how many setups we're getting out of it, but you tend to see that stuff is repeated over. You tend to familiarize yourself to say that, okay, this is how this specific commodity or reacts in the market.
Yeah.
And that's what makes it easier for you.
100%. But, so like currently we're trying to push this idea on our socials about consistency.
Right.
And what you're saying is consistency.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The more consistent you are in trading,
And
can
we
see
say
it.
it again.
Day in, day out.
Time spent on the chart.
Literally.
Is time
Time well
well
spent.
spent.
yeah, 100%. 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So as obviously you guys run the marketing within HFM. When do you guys have time to trade? Do you guys find time during the day? Is it after hours? When do you guys find time to trade? And then when do you guys do basically like your setups? Like, okay, this is the setup that I'm looking for.
Yeah, 100%. So normally I've got 3 time frames.
Okay.
So I'll either enter early morning when I get into the office, like super, super early, which is normally quite quiet. The market's kind of slow. It's not doing much. Then I start doing New York, the session, the opening bell, which is great.
Yeah.
A great trading session.
If you're on the right side.
Yeah, 100%.
If you're on the right side,
Not
it's great.
me 2 weeks ago, right? But yeah, so those 2 I normally do, and then occasionally I'll, like after work when I get home in the evening, I've just had dinner, I'm calm, collected, kind of relaxed. Then I'll think about doing an entry as well. But yeah, look, at the end of the day, I keep saying like consistency, preaching consistency, but I need to find that person inside of me to kind of slow myself down, because I found I was going too hard in the market. So that's why I like entering in at the earlier time frames, is because it's slower for me.
Too hard as in aggression or too heavy or
So look, if I'm going to trade New York, the opening bell, the volatility is high, right?
Yeah.
So my temptation of going in with a higher lot size is quite high. Because I'm like, okay, sure, I'm going to make $3,000.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, cool, and I blow. But if I'm in the morning, it's an easier session for me. It's slow moving. So I'm like, okay, let me go for a slower entry, lower lot size, and then just take it from there. Yeah.
In terms of finding time, yeah. I think, look, at the end of the day, we're at work. So,
Yeah.
so you can't take that away from,
Yeah.
you know. And then you're in here at roughly, let's say 8, and like by 5, you're like, you know, going out. So in that's your most active mentally, like
Right.
you're mentally at your most active. So because it's higher time frames, I don't have the pressure to wake up and analyze the market, to be honest. So, so then in the day, I'd maybe pop in on a trading view and then check out what's happening. But because it's so few currencies, it's either something's happening or nothing's happening. So it's not like I'm gonna wait for anything.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So if I look at it, and I would look at it precisely maybe at the transition between London, New York, and then I'll check through. And if nothing's happening, nothing's happening.
Right.
And in the evening, the only time I look at the charts in the evening is if the day was dry, you know?
Fair.
And then you look at the charts, right? But I avoid looking at the charts at nights personally, you know? The gaps, man, that you get when the market opens the next day, they're not my friend. My stop losses, you know, get haunted.
It's
So
me now that like evening trade 5 o'clock, you know, we have the blueprint strategy. It's like my dessert.
Yeah.
Breakfast, lunch, supper, and dessert. Yeah. Yeah, no, that's great. And but I'm sure, you know, as being part of a broker, like you mentioned, obviously you're at work at the end of the day, but I'm sure there is some sort of like leniency when it comes to like trading. I mean, I'm sure there's some understanding where like, hey, we want to look at the charts. We're part of a broker.
Yeah,
right?
of course,
So
of course.
do you guys find that?
There is. No, that definitely is. Especially given that NFP is next to you, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
NFP, no, it's loud in the office.
Yeah.
Maybe people come through and stuff, they trade and stuff. There's that culture, and that culture is perfect like that, you know, because it is a broker at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But it'll be better if you make sure that you do your work, greatly so, and then trading does not take away from that.
Right.
Yeah.
So there's a big leniency, but do your work. You'll be good.
100%,
You'll find time to trade
So,
properly.
so it's definitely accepted. Like I remember a memory from last year where we were trading NFP and the signal hit, and everybody in the office just started screaming and running around. Like it was great. It was incredible. Okay, so difficulties a lot of the time, like I was saying, with kind of having a plan. So I wouldn't say South Africa in itself brings difficulties to us in the marketing industry. There's so many different aspects you can target. The biggest difficulty that I have found, number one for affiliates, let's start with affiliates, is not having a strategy.
Yeah.
So, like, look, I'm not expecting you to come to me with an entire business plan for the next 5 years. It's not what I'm saying. Like, we'll help you no matter what. So that's the one thing, number one. When it comes to clients, look, South Africa is massive. So we're advertising to a lot of people.
Yeah.
These people can come from different backgrounds. So there's the aspect of maybe not targeting the right language, or the aspect of not understanding who that person is and what background they come from. That's where you find your difficulties. It's not necessarily in the message that we're trying to convey. It's more of how this message is being received by the person. But yeah, so with affiliates, like, look, like I was saying, we don't expect you to have a gold nugget when you come to us. There's times where we sit down with affiliates and have meetings and give them strategies and plans and content calendars. I've given affiliates an entire month worth of content that they can do. Sure. So it's everything from script writing to graphic design. We sit doing posters for hours. Phaane is busy on posters. So yeah.
But what it actually attracts the algorithm?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, if you want to target this.
So what exactly attracts the algorithm? I think, so the era we're hitting now is an era of individuals, you know, like if you're authentic as an individual, and let me just touch on this consistency thing, because I think people don't know what consistency is. Guys, realistically speaking, posting 3 times in a day is not easy, and it's by far unrealistic.
Yeah.
Really, like you got stuff to do, you know. So the consistency would be in a calendar just allows you to implement that consistency from a discipline perspective so you know, okay, good, like it or not, today I must release this.
Right.
And that's what must happen, right? So whether we deal with this element of touching on designing posters and stuff like that, I do sometimes maybe when I get requests from like the team and stuff, hey, this affiliate wants this and stuff like that. I do sometimes go out of the way to be like, I think this approach isn't as market worthy anymore, given that maybe like things have changed like that, like the attention span has dropped or something like that, where it's either it catches my eye or it doesn't, and I'm gone. You know, so that works. But I think also putting yourself out there helps, to be honest. So, like I said, you gunning for that iPhone 16 to only start shooting videos is honestly not gonna work. You know, I mean, we're giving away an iPhone 16 with our promo, but that's another one, right?
Like gold, right? Gold.
So with that's like another one, right? But we like with Adam, I think we do try our best to reach out to affiliates that actually show that they are working. It's easier to communicate with them, right? Because you're giving us that incentive to be like, hey, try this, try that.
So one thing we've found with the current algorithm, specifically on all of the social media platforms, I'm going to list the big three: Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, right? The fourth being YouTube. You can't forget about YouTube. That's become massive now. So it's actually the big four. So statistically, what's happened over the past 5 years is short format and long format footage, right? So what we're doing here is we've got the podcast, which you could post as a long format, cut it up into pieces, and then you've got short format, right? So you've got 2 pieces of content. So statistically, and
your shorts and your reels.
correct,
Yes.
correct.
Yeah.
So what we found is if you're going to do a reel on Instagram, if you can replicate it on TikTok and YouTube Shorts, and then as well as the Facebook short form content, it booms. It blows up. So currently your video, the video platforms are doing really, really well. So to give you an idea as well, is when TikTok became massive, Instagram released a press release saying, hey, you're going to get more views. So Facebook's definitely still very big on pictures. But your Instagram and TikTok and YouTube's big on videos. Massive on videos. And if if you, like Phaane was saying, you don't have to get an iPhone 16 to shoot videos. You could actually substitute in carousels on Instagram.
100%. Maybe just keep it at 1080. Because, for example, I would record, if I'm doing other stuff, record like at 4K, but then when I'm like, maybe after editing and everything, export it as 1080. It works. Like, it does what it needs to do. But obviously, you also, because it's a business, right? After maybe posting your first 10 videos, posts and stuff, go back and pick up which of those performed better. So that you can know, okay, cool, my people gravitated towards this. Let me pivot. I'm a business, so I'm pivoting to invest more in this approach. Another thing that's in now, I mean, we're Rainbow Nation, guys. Forex, the only language in Forex is money, guys. And whether you're an Afrikaner, Zulu, whatever, like, the in thing is local now also. So finding a way of using your own language to direct people towards maybe like following you into trading and stuff like that, that helps. Another in thing, this is just like a quick plug. People love hearing other people's stories. So if you can get really good at telling your own story, people just fall in love with you. And you just convert like this. You know?
Something that I noticed, a few months ago, that a lot of video formats footage is starting to catch. So like instead of a video format, let's just say if we're talking about Forex, gold bars flying on the screen, whatever the case is, instead of that type of video footage, more like people speaking.
Correct. Yeah.
Right? Somebody physically standing in front of a camera.
Yeah.
You know, and actually like speaking or selling whatever you need to sell, right? That also works. And I think that's also, you know, what we do as well is we post a lot of our podcasts on our socials because also firstly builds credibility with your audience. But then secondly, it also picks up on the algorithm as well.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Like look, at the end of the day, we're all human. Like when I'm having a conversation with you, I'm looking face to face,
Correct.
right?
Yeah.
So if you want to connect with your audience, look them in the eyes.
Yeah.
Talk to your audience.
So good. Yeah.
Yeah, so no, 100%. Like I've got 2 secrets that I think are valuable nuggets of information. Is like you said with the face content, that's the biggest one. If you want to do short format, long format, have a visible face.
Right.
Like a lot of people are kind of scared to kind of hide behind a logo and never really show themselves. I get it. I really do. But it performs. So if you want to market, let it perform.
Yeah.
When it comes to now, the second tip is your hashtags. Hashtags are still really relevant today. So we've found this technique where for 2 posts, you can use the same hashtags. Next post, you need to start swapping them out. The reason is because imagine in the world, right? You've got trending content, right? You've got trending hashtags. Let's say one user says, hey, I'm going to use this hashtag. Now the rest of the world use it. The whole world can't trend.
Yeah.
Right?
Of course.
So that's why you rotate your hashtags. You choose popular ones and you rotate them.
Yeah, no, thank you for that, guys. You know, it's really good getting some insight. Not only insight on marketing, but also insight from like a broker perspective. So thank you guys for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. Thank you guys for joining in again. We'll catch you on the next one.
Cheers.
Need to shoot film quality content creators?